All right. Before we move on, obviously some of you had some issues with the work last night. Is there something that I can clear up? Not necessarily a specific problem, but if we have to do that, we will. But Selene? How do we what? How do we multiply a whole number in a fraction? Well, just like that one on the screen, you had 1/4 times 50, so you just put 50 over 1 because that's making it an improper fraction. Then you just follow the cross-canceling stuff. If this would have been, let's say it was 3 1/4 times 5. Okay, well that still, you take 3 times 4, which is equal to 12, plus 1, which is equal to 13. So that's 13 over 4 times, that's just 5 over 1. Because any time you make a whole number an improper fraction, you just put it over 1. And then you would cross-cancel from there. There is no cross-canceling, so that would just be 65 over 4. Okay, 65 over 4. 4 goes into 65. One time, be 4, remainder 2. Bring down my 5. Be 16, be 24, remainder 1. Put that 1 over the 4, so 16 1/4. What do you mean, do we always divide? Well, if we have an improper fraction, that's an improper fraction. That's why I divided. I didn't divide. It's an improper fraction. That's why I divided. Because that's how you have to make it a mixed number. The other thing that everybody needs to remember is you can estimate this 5 times 3. What's 5 times 3? 15. So your answer needs to be somewhere near 15. Okay? That's how you can estimate whether or not you're in the logical realm of answers, is to go ahead and just multiply it out. Just like over here, 7 times 4 is what? 28. So 33 is close to 28 because that's a half. You could really say 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is what? 32. So obviously 33 and 32 are close together. So, that's when you're multiplying. When you're multiplying mixed numbers like that, you can do that to, help estimate and understand what the answer may be. Okay? Any other questions over like last night, Joshua? No. Now, if we've reduced it down to, let's say, 3 over 4 times, 6 over 7. Okay, let's say we have that right there. Once you cross-cancel here. 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes into 4 2 times. Now I take 3 times 3 on top, 2 times 7 on bottom. 2 times 7 is 14, 3 times 3 is 9. You multiply, once you've done the cross-canceling, you multiply straight across. You don't multiply that times that. Okay, and the reason I ask that because the division problems, dividing fractions, is exactly the same as multiplying fractions with one extra step. Okay, now, so for dividing fractions, we need to understand what the word reciprocal means. Okay? We need to understand what reciprocal is or what reciprocal means because that's the extra step in dividing fractions as opposed to multiplying fractions. Okay? Now, the reciprocal Okay, the reciprocal means to flip. Okay, it means to flip the proper or improper fraction. So, if I was talking about the reciprocal of 3/4, the reciprocal would be 4/3. Okay, if I was finding the reciprocal of 12 over 19, the reciprocal would be 19/12. Okay, if I was trying to find the reciprocal of 5 2/5, okay, I must first change it to an improper fraction. What is 5 2/5 as an improper fraction? 27/5 or 27/5. Now I do the reciprocal, which is 5/27. Okay, so just like yesterday when we talked about multiplying mixed numbers, whole numbers, and fractions, you must change everything mixed numbered or whole number to an improper fraction before you divide and before you do the reciprocal. Okay, I'm going to show you what we do the reciprocal of just here in a second. Okay, so that's what a reciprocal is. Now let's see how we use the reciprocal. Let's say we have this, 3/8 divided by 1/4. Okay, 3/8 divided by 1/4. Okay, we change this problem We change the division problem to a multiplication problem by doing the reciprocal of the divisor. Now, remember that when we're talking about any kind of division problem, it's dividend, division sign, divisor. All right, now, that means I do this. 3/8 stays the same. Division changes to multiplication. And I do the reciprocal of 1/4. What is the reciprocal of 1/4? 4/1. Once you have done that, we simply follow the rules for multiplying fractions, which means that I can look at those two numbers to see if there's a common factor that I can reduce both those numbers by. Is there a common factor between 8 and 4? 4. 2 is, but 4 is the greatest one. Whoops. 4 goes into 4 once, 4 into 8 2 times. Now I have on top 3 times 1, on bottom 2 times 1. Which is 3/2, which is 1 1/2. Okay, so anybody not understand any of those steps? All right, let's look at another one then. 2 5/6 divided by 7. So does 7 go into 2? No, it doesn't. 7 doesn't go into 2 a whole number of times. So therefore, that means, since 7 doesn't go into 2, that means I'm going to have a proper fraction as my answer. Okay? If it was like 14 and 5/6 divided by 7, okay, then I'm going to have a mixed number because 7 does go into 14 2 times, and so I'll have a mixed number. Since 7 doesn't go into 2, 7 doesn't go into 3, so that number here is going to be a proper fraction because it doesn't go into it a whole number of times. Okay, I'm just saying that to help you understand that you get the logical answer at the end. All right, first things first, I got to take 2 times 6, which is 12, plus 5, which is equal to 17. So I have 17 over 6 divided by 7 over 1. That's the first step. Okay? The first step is to change all the mixed numbers and whole numbers to improper fractions. Second step is to do the reciprocal and change it to multiplication. So, second step, 17 over 6 stays the same. We change that to multiplication, and we do the reciprocal of 7 over 1, which is 1 over 7. Okay? So step 1, change to improper fractions. Step 2, change to multiplication by doing reciprocal. Step 3, cross cancel if possible. Step 4, multiply straight across. Okay? So step 3 is to cross cancel. Cross cancel means Jimmy Neutron. Those two things right there. Is there a common factor between 1 and 6 besides 1? No. Is there a common factor between 17 and 7? No. So that means then I'm just going to multiply straight across. That gives me 17 over 42. Okay, so 17 over 42 is your answer. If you have cross-canceled properly, you won't have anything that will cancel at the end. Okay, is 17 over 42 a proper fraction? Yeah. Is it less than 1? Okay. For it to be a proper fraction, it has to be less than 1. Thank you. Okay, so I want you to try this one on your own. 9 4/5 divided by 1 1/13. Now, how many times does 1 go into 9? 9 times. Okay, good. So your answer needs to be somewhere in the range of 9. Okay? So when you get there and you have something that's not even close to 9, then you'll know whether or not you need to recheck your answer. So go ahead and do that one. I'll give you a minute or so to do that. All right. If you're working on it, keep working on it. First thing is to change them to improper fractions, and that's going to give me 49 over 5 divided by 14 over 1, or 14 over 13, excuse me. Okay, where we got 49, we went 9 times 5, which is 45, and then we add 4 to it. That would be 49 over 5. where we got the 14 over 13 is 1 times 13 is 13 plus 1, 14 over 13. Now, 49 over 5 stays the same. We change division to multiplication, and we do the reciprocal of 14 over 13, which is 13 over 14. Okay? Is there a common factor between 5 and 13? No. Thank you, Nick.
Sorry.
Yeah. Is there a common factor between 49 and 14?
Yes.
What? 7. So that's 2, and that's 7. So now on top, I have 7 times 13. On bottom, I have 5 times 2. That would be 91 over 10. 91 over 10 would be 9 1/10. How I got that? Be 90, remainder 1, take that 1, put it over the 10. So 9 1/10 is the answer. We said that 1 goes into 9 times, so our estimate or our answer needed to be close to 9. Obviously, that is close to 9. Okay? Any other questions? Your homework is this. 5.4, 12 through 27, 32 through 36.